I am absolutely obsessed with this tag. I think it's fantastic, it's so much fun, and I'm so excited to do it. Hello lovely people, my name's Nicole, and today I am doing the Mean Girls book tag. I just love that this is a thing that exists, and we can thank Sarah Jane from The Book Life for the existence of it. She's the one who created this tag. So let's get started.
Her name is Cady. Cady Heron. Where are you, Cady?
That's me. It's pronounced like Cady.
A fictional character whose name you got completely wrong. So for this one I don't have a book because I don't have this book because I don't like it. But that is Carlisle Cullen from Twilight. And to be fair, when I first read Twilight, I was like 10 or something. So I was young. I had never heard the name Carlisle before. So I'm pretty sure it was one of those things where I wasn't sure how to pronounce it. So I just sort of stumbled on over it and just like moved on. I'm pretty sure I thought it was pronounced something like Carlisle, maybe. I don't know. It was not good.
She doesn't even go here.
Which character would you take from one fictional world and put into another? I am going to take Celaena Sardothien, and I am going to put her in Game of Thrones. I'm going to put her in Westeros because she would kick ass and just not take anyone's shit, and she would become queen of the Seven Kingdoms within like 24 hours, and she would solve all their problems and it would all be good, and she could rule like alongside Dany. It'd be great.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Repetition, Repetition, a book that gave you deja vu of another book while reading it. I haven't actually read this book, but just based on the synopsis, Catch a Falling Star by Kim Culbertson, which I actually really do want to read because I'm totally like guilty pleasure for this kind of book. The plot synopsis really sounds like This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith, and that is girl lives in a small town and big movie star comes to shoot a movie in that small town and they kind of fall for each other. You know, it's a similar setup, and I really want to read Catch a Falling Star because I absolutely love This Is What Happy Looks Like, and I fall so hard for these like cheesy romance kind of books.
You all have got to stop calling each other sluts and whores. It just makes it okay for guys to call you sluts and whores.
Which book gave you the opposite of girl power feels? This one, I'm gonna go with A Wicked Thing by Rhiannon Thomas. I had such high hopes for this book, but all the female characters just felt really flat and one-dimensional. They were each sort of a different, like, female stereotype. You had sort of the sweet, innocent child and the controlling queen figure and like the demure princess who can't stand up for herself, and not once did she ever learn to stand up for herself, and it was really frustrating, and it was bad. I did not enjoy it at all.
Glen Coco? Fall for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
A character that you were cheering for during the book. For that, I'm gonna go with Kyle from The Heir. He's my favorite of the candidates in the selection. I think he's super cute and smart, and I would date him. I don't know why Edelyn isn't officially dating him yet, because I'd jump on that super fast. But I very much want him to be chosen as the winner of the selection in the final book, because that would make me very happy, because I absolutely love him. So I was cheering for Kyle during the book, and I am still cheering for Kyle as the series continues.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
How long do you normally spend in a bookshop? This depends on why I'm in the book, or like what my mindset is going into the bookshop, because if I'm going in with a specific book that I want, then I'm in and out in like 5 minutes. But if I'm going in and I just kind of want to browse and read and find new books that I haven't really heard of, then I'll be in there for anywhere from half an hour to an hour.
It's not my fault you're like in love with me or something. What?
A character that you'd have to get a restraining order on you if they lived in the real world. So this, a lot of people have been doing this in a romantic way. This is not a romantic thing, because I'm not his type and I'm very aware of the fact that I'm not his type, but Nico D'Angelo from the Percy Jackson / Heroes of Olympus series. I am obsessed with him. He's like my favorite character in the entire series. I want to be his best friend. He's not the kind of person who is, you could just walk up to him and be like, hey, I'm gonna be your best friend now. He won't be like, yeah, okay, cool. He would be super freaked out, and I feel like he would get a restraining order on me very quickly.
But I can't help it that I'm popular.
Hype book that you were nervous about reading. So I still haven't read this, so I'm still nervous about reading it. That's An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, but I've also heard that it's really, really, really intense and kind of difficult to read at parts just because it's so intense. And so I am terrified to pick this up. I'm sure I will eventually, but right now I'm just like, I'm too intimidated.
Because she's a life ruiner. She ruins people's lives.
We all love Regina George. Name a villain that you love to hate. So I'm gonna go with Umbridge. And here's the thing about Umbridge. I love Umbridge as the villain, and I really love talking about the difference in people's reactions between Umbridge and Voldemort. And sorry if I go on a long tangent here, I'll try and keep it concise. But Umbridge tends to get a stronger reaction than Voldemort, and the reason of that is because when people hear about Voldemort and the things that he's doing and his, you know, sort of him being a bad guy, like, we hear about him killing people and that's horrible, but it's not really something that a lot of people can identify with. It's not something that you're like, oh my god, I know someone like that, they're awful, ugh. It's not personal. But everyone has that one teacher that just got on their nerves, that felt like they had it out for you. Everyone has had a teacher that reminds them of Umbridge. And that's why people hate Umbridge so violently. And I think that just Umbridge as a character and the creation of Umbridge was absolutely brilliant on J.K. Rowling's part. And that is why I love to hate Dolores Umbridge.
There are no rules in this house. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Your favorite fictional parents. And I'm doing something, I'm sorry, but I'm not using book fictional parents, I'm using TV fictional parents. And those fictional parents are Melissa McCall and Shara Stalinsky from Teen Wolf. We still don't actually have an official first name for Papa Stalinsky. I think the fandoms generally decided on naming him John. But yeah. Melissa and Papa Stalinsky, first of all, ship it so hard. Second of all, I really appreciate the fact that they're actually like present in their kids' lives and they're contributing to the storyline. A lot of times in TV and young adult, especially in young adult literature, the parents aren't there. They're dead, or they're like on vacation, or they're working all the time, or just for some reason you just never see them. And Melissa and Papa Stalinsky are there. They're involved in their kids' lives. They're helping out. They are important characters, and they're good parents. They're really, really genuinely good parents.
So fetch.
A book or series that you wish would catch on. So this is a book series that it's not like it's unpopular, it's not very popular on BookTube. I haven't really heard very many people talk about it, and I absolutely love it. And that is the Land of Stories series by Chris Colfer. This is a children's / middle grade series. But Chris Colfer is such a fantastic writer that is very, very much enjoyable for people who are not 12. And one of my favorite things about this series and about Chris Colfer's writing is how often he slips in little jokes that, when, you know, for the kids, they just go right over their heads, but for the adults and teenagers reading it, they are absolutely hilarious. And they're made more hilarious by the fact that you're finding them in a kid's book. And it's so funny, it's so well done, and I love seeing fairy tale retelling type things, and this is a whole mismatch of fairy tale type things. If you like Once Upon a Time, then I think you would really, really, really like this series.
How do I even begin to explain Regina George?
Describe your ideal character. This is a difficult question. I'm gonna go with a queer lady who is a strong female character, but not like physically strong. You know, she's emotionally complex. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go after it. But she has her insecurities, she has her vulnerabilities, and if she happened to have a love interest that, you know, they started off hating each other and then grew to love each other, I wouldn't mind. Also, if she was like super smart, that'd be cool too. I want to see more female leads who are book smart instead of like physically strong, because we've seen a lot of female leads who are very much like, oh, you know, I grew up with a bunch of brothers, I'm super athletic and badass, I don't do girly stuff. But, and like, it's not that they're stupid, they're just, you know, they're not particularly nerdy. And I want to see more kick-ass nerds.
I just have a lot of feelings. Okay, go home.
Name a book that gives you the feels. For that, Clockwork Princess. Oh my god, there are so many moments during this book where I'm just sobbing. Especially the epilogue and a certain scene that you see from Will's point of view that involves Jem. I'm not going to say what happens because I don't want to spoil anyone who still hasn't read this. If you haven't read this, get on it. Holy crap. But I just, so much emotion when reading this book. Holy crap.
Nice wig, Janice. What's it made of?
Your mom's chest hair.
A character who you wish you could steal their one-liners. For that, Adrian Ivashkov. I absolutely love Adrian. He is so sassy and absolutely wonderful.
Boo, you whore.
Name a character whose decision you rolled your eyes at. For this, America Singer. I know a lot of people are probably going to be saying her, but yeah, it's not so much her decisions that she was making, but her lack of decisions. That girl needs to make up her mind. She would decide on something and then be like, well, should I though? No, I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna do that, but I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm not actually gonna do it for a while until that decision becomes completely irrelevant. And so it doesn't matter anymore, and I completely just ruined everything. So, god damn it, America, make up your mind. Your decisions are annoying. Yeah. Alright, so that was the Mean Girls book tag. Please do this tag and leave links to yours in the comments because I really love this tag and I just want to watch a bunch of them. Thanks for watching, I love you, and I will see you later. Bye!